students, welcome to today's class. Today we are going to discuss about the some new terms associated with the propositional theory. So we have first one is called tautology. So what is a tautology? So tautology means, what is a tautology? Any guess? So tautology means if a proposition proposition's truth values, so truth values are 1 or 2 only, then we can say tautology. So tautology means if a proposition's truth values are 1 or true only, then we can say it's a tautology. The best example is that suppose we have P is a proposition. So P plus P bar. So example P plus P bar. So what I am going to do? I am going to make a truth table for this. See, P and I am using a different symbol. It also means the same. P and P bar. 0, 1. Negation P means it is 1, 0. So P plus P bar. So P plus P bar means 0 plus 1, it is 1, and 1 plus 0 is 2. So what you can observe here is this proposition P plus P bars, truth values are 1 only. So we can say this is a tautology. So that's why I am saying P plus P bar is a tautology. Okay? Now the next term. The next term is contradiction. So contradiction means if a proposition's truth values are false or 0 only, then we can say that is a contradiction. So contradiction means if a proposition's truth values are, so I'm just modifying this, contradiction. If a proposition's truth values are 0 or false only, then we can say it is a contradiction. Here also I am just modifying P dot P bar. So where we find, because P dot P bar, which means that P dot or P and P bar, so it will be 0. Here you can see that P dot P bar, which is 0. So its truth values. So we can say P dot P bar is a contradiction because its truth values are 0 only. So it is a contradiction, right? So tautology and contradiction. Now we are going to see the another term that is called the contingency. If you want, please you can note down this. So the next term is contingency. So contingency means if the truth values contains combination of zeros and ones. If the truth values contains combination of zeros and ones, then we call it as a contingency. I can give you the example. Contingency. Both zeros and and Q are two different propositions. So that means 2 raised to 2. 4 values should be there in the truth table. 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. So P dot Q means 0, 0, 0, 1. So in this case P dot Q, it will be true only when both P is 1 and Q is 1. When P and Q are 1, then only it will return. So we can say in this case P dot Q, it contains is a combination of 0 and 1 in the truth value. So we can say P dot Q is a contingency. Okay. Okay, now we are going to see three more new terms. That is the three new terms are there: converse, inverse, and contrapositive. So we have three terms: converse, inverse, and contrapositive. There is a reason why I am listing all these three together. The reason is that all these three can be, or it is only applicable in the conditional propositions. Conditional proposition means you know that proposition joined using the conditional operator. Suppose P implies Q. Suppose P implies Q is a conditional proposition. So we can say converse of this is Q implies P. And inverse of this is P bar implies Q bar, and contrapositivity will be Q bar implies P bar. So in the examinations, questions can be asked. You will be provided with two propositions. Say it is the Q it is 9. So suppose we have a proposition P implies Q. What is the meaning of that? If it is dark, then it is night. So P implies Q is the given proposition, conditional proposition. We can find the converse, and one important thing is that the converse of, or we can say the converse or inverse or contrapositive of this proposition, that should be also a conditional statement. So suppose P implies Q, it is dark, that is, it can be interpreted as if it is dark, then it is night. If it is dark, then it is night. So the converse can be said, but how we can read? If it is night, then it is dark. So in converse what we do? So this is the, when I explain P implies Q, P is the antecedent. P is the antecedent and Q is the consequent. When I explain that, I haven't put that much stress on these two terms. No worries, but it is for your information. P is the antecedent and Q is called the consequent. So when you find the converse, what do? You interchange the antecedent and consequent. That is, P implies Q becomes Q implies P. Then in inverse, what do? You find the negation of the antecedent and consequent. And in contrapositive, what do? You interchange antecedent and consequent, then find its inverse. Do you want me to repeat? So it is like this converse, inverse, and contrapositive. This is applicable on conditional propositions. Suppose if we got a proposition P implies Q, we can find the converse of that by interchanging the antecedent and the consequent. That is, P implies Q becomes Q implies P. Then inverse, P bar implies Q bar. Contrapositive means Q bar implies P bar. Okay? So, if you apply that, just tell me. Suppose P implies Q, where P is it is dark and Q it is night. That means P implies Q means if it is dark then it is night. So what will be the converse? If it is night, then it is dark. Then what will be the inverse? If it is not dark, then it is not night. Then contrapositive. If it is not night, then it is not dark. Right? So, in the examination, you will be provided with a conditional proposition and you will be asked to prepare its converse, inverse and contrapositive. Okay? Another thing is called the equivalence statements. Equivalence statements or equivalence proposition. It is very easy to define these equivalence statements or equivalence proposition because two statements or we can say two propositions are equivalent. When we can say these two statements or two propositions are equal if its truth values are same. So that is what we have done in our example, previous example. What we have done. P implies Q is equal to P bar plus Q. P bar plus Q. This expression we discussed associated with the conditional statements. In that one, what we have done, we created the truth table for P implies Q. Then we created the truth table for P bar plus Q. Then we have found that both the truth values are same. So we can say these two are equivalent statements. So just imagine, let X is equal to P implies Q because X is a common proposition and Y is equal to P bar plus if its truth values are same, we can say X and Y are equivalent statements. Now we have one more limited that is called the consistent statements or consistent propositions. So you can see that I am using the term statement, sometimes proposition, but all refers the same, right? So consistent proposition or consistent statements. Say two propositions are if and only if its conjunction is not a contradiction. Two propositions are said to be consistent if and only if its conjunction is not a contradiction. So let me explain. See, let P and Q are two propositions. We can say P and Q are consistent if and only if P dot, that is conjunction means and. So P and Q is not a if P comma Q are consistent, then P and Q is not a contradiction. Contradiction means, what is the meaning of the term contradiction? Today only we learned this contradiction. So that means it contains only zeros. Suppose if P and Q are two consistent propositions, if we say P and Q are two consistent propositions, then P and Q is not a contradiction. So for example, see, P is a proposition having values 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. So we can say P dot Q or P and Q. So P and Q it is 0, 0, 0, 1. So of course we can say P dot Q and Q are consistent propositions. Okay, consistent statements or consistent propositions. So we can say P and Q are consistent. Suppose if it is not a consistent, we could say that if all are 0, then we say it is not consistent. Okay? So today we learned a lot of new terms associated with proposition. We started with the tautology. That means all the root values are ones or truths. Then contradiction, if all the root values are 0 or false. Then we have contingency. Contingency means if it contains combination of zeros and ones. Then we have converse, inverse and contrapositive. This converse, inverse and contrapositive, it is applicable on the conditional statements. Right? So it is applicable on the conditional statements. So we can find the converse by interchanging the antecedent and the consequence. That is, P implies Q can be written as Q implies P. That is a converse. For the inverse, we find the negation of the antecedent and the consequence. That is, P bar implies Q bar. Then we have the contrapositive. In contrapositive, what we do? We interchange antecedent and consequent and find the reverse. That is, Q bar implies P bar is the contrapositive. After that, we have seen equivalence. So equivalence we already know, right? So that is, two propositions are said to be equivalent when its truth values are same. And we have given that example of P implies Q is equal to negation P plus Q. Then we have the consistent proposition. Two propositions are said to be consistent if its conjunction is not a contradiction. Okay? Any other? Okay?